This week on the Frankly Nuts podcast,
we have the guy who wasn't supposed to make it.
he took the road less travelled,
The diamond in the rough.
the black sheep.
His name is Paul Mack. Sporting, motivational, entrepreneurial, travel, music, those who just have an interesting story. So guys, welcome back to episode number 9. This week we're joined by Paul Mack, or also known as the Paul Mack Special.
Famously known for it. Paul, I suppose what we like to start with on our podcast is rapid fire, so some fun, quick questions. So
Cool, yeah.
We start off with a few of them.
Yeah, so the first one, your perfect Saturday night.
I guess, well, what kills me is the Saturday night. By the time we get out of the shop and you've everything kind of sorted out, the takings and all the rest of it, get home, I definitely have to have a power nap anyway, or I'd be no good. And then it's just usually quick, get ready, fucking. I'd always try and have the hair cut, the beard trimmed, whatever, like the day before, so you're cutting down.
Ready, like,
Go down, hit the Jameson, into town. So they're our shop sponsor, so I'll give them a plug. So
Jameson.
yeah, so like they sponsored our launch party and everything, and like every client that comes in for a haircut, that over 21, like you offer them compliment castmates and stuff. So it's just then BDSM or Vicarstown would be kind of my local, really, or
cool spots.
yeah, or maybe like Pigale or Tom Barry's or something, because we live up kind of that direction, up Top Friars Walk. So and then if I wouldn't be out that much in Cork anymore. Like I'm away so much in the UK and travelling and stuff. So you'd kind of go out for the after parties there, kind of save yourself, save the money, kind of thing. Yeah.
Brilliant. And would you be a tea or coffee man?
Tea, definitely. Yeah.
I think you're the first one.
Really?
Yeah. Everyone's like coffee.
Yeah, maybe like, I don't know, very milky latte or something, plenty hazelnut from Starbucks, but tea generally. Like, I was only in the Thomond earlier for a fry up and big mug of tea. Like, so yeah, definitely.
Brilliant.
And
I think it's
Instagram.
a West Cork thing. Yeah, the mammy makes good old tea. Like,
And Instagram or Twitter.
Instagram, never took to Twitter. I find it very frustrating, especially when like you're in a job that's visual and you're trying to get your stuff out there. Like you could throw something up on Instagram and get like fucking hundreds of comments, or good lash of comments, hundreds of likes, maybe 1,000 likes. But on Twitter you might get one or two retweets.
If you'd cut one celebrity's hair, who would you pick?
Beckham or McGregor, they'd be the two, really. Cool. And it's just random enough that Beckham, because I'm going doing teaching there now with Eddie Phelan, who would have been kind of his kind of hairstylist over the years, and so pretty kind of random, because even when I did my I started off hairless in St. John's College, and I only seen it there while some drawer or something, the kind of, you had to do like a lookbook and it was like Beckham's head on the front of it, like, so yeah, and sure, I suppose regards like style, tattoos, hairstyles, he'd be the most influential kind of guy. I suppose McGregor then is the newer version these days,
Yeah.
And like I know his Barber, Craig Nolan from Dublin, a very good sound lad as well. So Craig can sort me out one time, hopefully. I said that to him, because McGregor was down. It was a few months ago. He was down kind of on the QT. There was nothing, no one knew about it, but he was around, and I messaged him, I goes, Craig, I'm not trying to rob him off, but is there any chance? Just one time, and he goes, shit, I only hooked him up yesterday. So asked him, I met him before though, I met him in the Savoy, he was doing an appearance, and he knew who I was and stuff, so one day, hopefully.
You'll get to do it.
Yeah, out in Ibiza or something on the yacht.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
And if you were stuck on a tropical island, this is a bit of a crazy one, you could only bring 2 items, what would you bring?
My fiance. Be a good one anyway, yeah. And hot sauce. Yeah. Throw it on a few coconuts or fucking, I don't know, whatever you find around the place. Yeah.
It's random enough.
What's your favourite TV show at the moment?
I suppose Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Can't wait for
Netflix.
that to come back there now again.
And your favourite music artist?
Um,
That's a tough one now. People usually struggle on this one.
yeah. It's hard to pick one. Kind of, I don't know. I like rock and kind of new metal and all that kind of stuff. Like Guns N' Roses, Metallica, all that kind of stuff. And then newer stuff, I guess, kind of be like Linkin Park, Korn, all that kind of rock stuff. Then I like a lot of DJ stuff and all. It depends. Marilyn Manson be another one. The Antwerps, that kind of.
That kind of
David
vibe, like.
Bowie,
Yeah.
kind of alternative, kind of something a bit different, like, yeah.
I like it.
And a few weeks ago, we did a bucket list, 30 things we want to do before we're 30. Could you tell us one thing that you would have on your bucket list?
I'm 34, so
Yeah, well,
I fly that now anyway. What is the question again? We'll make it 35.
one thing on your bucket list, one thing you'd love to do. I made it very complicated.
Let me think there now. I don't know, like we're getting married next year and we're going to go the honeymoon to Mexico. I've always I love Mexican food and tequila and margaritas and all the kind of Day of the Dead stuff and the skulls and all that. So yeah, I was always just kind of go to Mexico really, and so we'll be doing that next year.
Brilliant.
It's unbelievable. Over there, I was in Tijuana.
Yeah.
J1. Yeah, we went there for a day. It's one of the best places ever. Drink is just, it's $1 a beer.
Yeah.
So enjoy that. Your dream car?
I'm not a mad fella for cars, which is weird because like my dad won best mechanic in Ireland back in the day for Ford, and like my two sisters are mad into cars. Like one, she's a co-driver. Like her fella won. They have a Subaru and they won their class for the whole of Ireland. They'd be doing the Rally of the Lakes and the West Cork Rally and all that. And I don't know, it just never was my kind of thing really, do you know? A Lamborghini, so play it safe.
We're putting you on the spot here, but who's the most famous person in your phone book? Or we'll say follows you on Twitter or Instagram?
Well, person I kind of interact with, I suppose. Shane from Boyzone.
Oh, go away.
Really?
Yeah. He gave me a shout out there on Instagram there lately, and it was pretty cool. And because growing up, I always kind of looked up to him because he was cool and tatted up and alternative and kind of outspoken and stuff. And he just threw up 4 of my pictures and he goes, "Oh, shout out to this fella, kind of doing Ireland proud worldwide kind of thing." Like, but he owns 2 barbershops up the country, so he'd have an interest in it. And who else now? Prish started off, Dirty Sanchez. I did a guest spot over in his shop in Wales, and a few lads off X on the beach and stuff that would have came in like Jordan Davies, who was on
he was on Big Brother recently, was he?
And Chet Skett, the tattoo model, he's after getting massive, and we had a good old session, myself and Nate, and went out with him after. no better bookals, like, so yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the end of the rapid fire.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Before we go on to talking about your prestigious career in hairdressing, I want to take it back to the start. So you grew up in a small town in West Cork, was it Ahiohil?
Ahiohil, yeah.
Ahiohil, and what was that like?
Like I suppose when you're down there, you don't know any better. So like it's a lovely place to be in the summer in the sunshine. I guess all rural Ireland is, but in the winter then it'll be, I don't know, there's not much to kind of do, like, and like, I rather living up in the city. It's great to go down home and visit, and they've actually got a really good music festival there, which is random enough because it is a small little place, like. But
not many people would have heard of it, like.
Because people always go, "What? Where's that?" So, but like, they had the blizzards last year, and the year before they had Hermitage Green, and like proper, like walked in and it was like the Live the Marquee or something. I was just looking around going,
you can believe this is where you grew up.
It's like, savage. And like, I had a few buddies down from the city and all, and they thought this place is savage crack. And from what I heard from the lads below, there was a few of us found in the ditch the next morning that missed their bus back to Shannon and just camped out for the night kind of thing. So
crazy one.
The West Cork sessions are good crack. Like I'd go down to Bandon like twice a year, say for the Stephen's Night and the music festival in June, which is very good. So it's good to get back as well, you know. But maybe when I'm older, but for the time being, I like everything is just kind of on your doorstep in the city and just like 5 minutes from town kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. And I'd imagine, like, I suppose being a barber now is kind of trendy and stuff. Like, when you started out now, what, kind of 15 odd years ago, in Ahiohil and stuff, would it have been kind of very novel and kind of new, I suppose?
Yeah, very strange kind of thing, because, like, you know, I suppose it would have been kind of seen as a bit of an odd thing or a bit of a kind of, I don't know, camp or something. Cutting hair, which is weird, because, like, all like the kind of cool, trendy young lads want to do it now. If they'd want to be a barber, they want to be a personal trainer. Do you know what I mean?
Like, it's a trend. Like
so, I think it's kind of like what tattooing would have been, kind of, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. It's kind of blown up. But you see, like a lot of them, then they just kind of want to get into it because you get a big following and you're kind of well known. But like you have to do the shitty stuff like washing hair and brushing the floor, and you have to do all that crack first. You can't just walk in and be banging out skin fades from day one.
Graft, like
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Too let it go.
Yeah. So like you touched on, like we just talked about there, like how hairdressing back then. But how did you get into it? Where did the love for hairdressing come from?
I guess I was always just kind of cutting buddies' hair, and I was often butchered down home. You know, you'd be asking for like Beckham's newest style or something and get fucking mangled like you would. But I guess there was no camera phones and stuff back then to show someone, give me this, you know, and you'd be getting a thing and be like, nothing like it. So then I just kind of started doing my own, and even though it wasn't great, you know, at least if I made the balls with, I had no one else to kind of blame. So, and then when I moved up to Cork, like before I started kind of officially training, I was kind of tipping away cutting lads' hair in the house for a tenner or whatever, you know, before they'd be pre-drinking and stuff. So
cleaning up there.
Yeah. So I did the same out in Napa. Like I had 4 summers out there, and like that's where I met herself. Like she's from Wales, and we were both working out there, and just kind of calling up to balconies and stuff, and just working away. You know, you could make in an hour what the lads who'd be repping for the whole night and stuck there cleaning up and shit would do. So no, it was a good old money earner. It's good to travel, and it's good to know people and kind of make connections as well.
Yeah. And then you moved up to Cork, to the city, and I think you didn't have the easiest start, I suppose, when you went looking for apprenticeships or internships.
Big time. Definitely not. No, I just kind of, I guess I had no family or friends kind of in the industry, so I had no kind of connections, and Ireland is very who you know kind of thing. So kind of coming up, and it was just very frustrating because you'd be going into shops and it'd be kind of like, oh, come back and you're qualified. It's kind of like, how am I supposed to get qualified when like no one will come and give me a break? And you'd go in and there'd be young ones, like attractive young ones, tits and arse out for the boys, get the lads in kind of thing. And your one could be 3 years younger, and you'd be like, she's hardly qualified, you know. But like, but fuck it, these things make you kind of more determined then once you go on, because like I remember, the first 2 barbershops I got fired from. One, like I was upstairs cutting, it was in a salon, and a fella came in for one all over, and like I asked the Turkish barber, do you want me to do that? And he goes, yeah, work away. Boss came up like an antichrist, I don't even know if you can hold the clippers, blah blah blah, out the gap. Then another one, gone after a week, because I came in hungover one morning, and like I had been in Tony and Guy for a year, and you'd literally be hungover 2 or 3 days a week, and no one had batted an eyelid. It was just a funky, creative place, and you come in and you do your job. But you're like, I was a young fella of 2021. All your friends are going out Tuesday, Thursday nights. What do you do? Meant to go out on your own at the weekend with all the girls from work. You know, you're not going to do it. Like so, and so got the boot from there, and I remember they said to me, "Oh, you're always looking out the window. You don't seem to have much interest. I don't think you're going to make it in the barber industry." And I remember walking up past St. Finbarr's Cathedral, and I was only back from holidays, a week broke, and I was there going, living with buddies, doing well, like doing law and accounting and shit. And I was there going, "How the fuck am I going to tell them I'm gone after a week here?" And I was like, "I'm going to show them too someday." So randomly, I won't any names here or hang myself, but I got a message off a girl going, "Oh, thanks for liking our page, blah, blah, blah. You know, good to see you. Success, local lad," and stuff. I was like, "Oh, thanks very much. Same to yourselves." But I goes, the girl in the profile picture, which should say different, she goes, "Hardly, like she's your biggest fan. She'd be showing your pictures around the staff room every day and this, that and the other." And I said, "No, she's such and such, blah, blah, blah." And then the next day, your one got back to me going, "Your one was mortified, never knew I was the same person."
Go away.
So small little things like
and
that.
And she was the one who had kicked you out, like, previously?
Yeah.
Go away.
It must have felt good though, like, no.
Yeah, oh yeah. Stuff like that kind of, I don't know, it's the chip on your shoulder inspires you on to kind of do more than any award or praise will do. The kind of like, fuck you, I did it.
Wrong, like,
yeah, definitely, big time.
And like all these setbacks then in looking for employment kind of led to you opening up your own barbershop. How did that come about? Like, were you always said that you wanted your own?
I did, yeah, and you know, like people were kind of saying for years, like, "Oh, you should open up now. Now is the time. This, that, and the other." But I always kind of felt like I only want to do it when like when I could have a mint shop, and I was kind of ready to do it, and like I'm very like proud of the shop now and the look of it and the aesthetic of it, and like, you know, every day of the week, like, you tourists love the place. There every day there's 2 or 3 groups in taking pictures, and usually Americans, Germans, or Asian tourists seem to love the place anyway, which that's cool. But so yeah, it was always kind of, and I suppose I worked, like, I'm at it 14 years. I'm only self-employed with 3. I worked with people, and like, I don't know, like the way I work as a boss, I'm friends with them all. You know, I've trained most of them, and I know if someone's 5-10 minutes late in the morning, you don't give them an all merciful bollocking. If the same fella has been there 40 minutes late the week, another evening, or he could be an hour late, that you have to have give and take. Or like if a fella has to run out to do this or do that, you know, like, but I recall when I'd be working and you'd be killed, and then you'd stay on an hour and shit'd be your thanks for it, and you'd be like, it's getting the balance right. But like I see it kind of, you know, like some of the kind of most successful hairdressing salons and kind of in Ireland, say the likes of Wayne Lloyd, Sean Taft, these kind of people, Paul Stafford up the north, like their staff idolise them. They're like a family, and when one wins, they all kind of win. So that's my kind of attitude inside, and there's a fierce buzz in there, and even like clients say it, they comment on it, and you know, even like if I was cutting someone else and someone, I don't know if they were from up the country or whatever, and they'd come up and they're like, "Oh, can I just talk to you?" and just shake their hand. They're like, "This place is brilliant. I've never had a crack in a barber shop." It might be the Jameson, but like, yeah, definitely.
And all of this, like, along the way you were building your profile, and you won some big awards then this year. Am I right in saying you're the Irish Barber of the Year? You won the best tattoo hair shot over in Texas recently, and also the world's best barber cut, I think. Correct in saying that? What was that experience like?
Oh, Texas was nuts. Like, it was my first. I'm gonna take this off.
Work away,
Texas was unreal. Like, it was my first time in the States, and I was like blown away by how nice everyone was. Just like, even like the best people in the world, people with like fucking 500,000 followers, celebrity clientele, and like they're pure interested in you, and like complimentary, and people genuinely rooting for people that they barely know, happy just to see everyone kind of do well. But like I've a buddy living over in the States, and he goes, "How'd you get on?" And I just kind of I said to him, like, geez, the difference in kind of people over here compared to, like, say, the shows at home or in the UK. And he sent me on a link of when Bono was on Conan O'Brien about the difference between Ireland and America. And it was like, in the States, you see a fella with a mansion on the hill and you're like, fair play to him, I want to be that guy someday. Ireland, you're like, what a fucking prick, I'm going to get him someday. And
talk about that now. Like, it's just the mentality.
Yeah.
You begrudge someone for being successful.
Do you know, like, people be quick to judge. They wouldn't know you from Adam, and they're like, oh, he's a prick. And you're like, do you know him? Have you met him? Oh, I don't know. But you're like, just misconception, really.
They don't know the sacrifices that person took either, like, to get to
them. Big time. But no, loved it over. Just everything, the food, the people, everything was just unbelievable. And it was great because, like, up on stage, everyone, you could kind of see proper raw emotion. Everyone's crying, everyone's cursing, they're jumping about. But I don't know, sometimes here people are very kind of concerned to let themselves go. They're just kind of like... So I was kind of like, when I seen people, I was like, geez, this is my kind of place. Because even my speech, because like there was thousands there, and I was like, shit, you have to do a speech, because you never have to do a speech over this side of the world. So I was like, shit, so lashing into the Jameson anyway, and then goes up, and I thought I'll go up and I'll get stage right now, but I went up and I couldn't shut up. I just let it all out. But sure, they're all loving it, and like the page like behind the chairs got over 1 million followers, and they shared the speech video, and it's got like, I don't know, when I last checked, nearly 50,000 views, and on the night it was streamed live as well, so I had people like DMing me going, oh, I'm here on my couch crying over your speech and stuff, and I had people quote my speech for the week, kind of coming up, tears in their eyes, oh, great to meet you, and hugging me in pictures and stuff, and it was just, it was very so surreal, very surreal, but like, loving it though, do you know, because for years when you're kind of competing and you feel you're getting nowhere and banging your head against the wall, and it's kind of, you know, demoralising when you're spending all your money and fucking going up to Dublin, going to the UK, and you're bringing 2 or 3 models, and you're paying for their hotel, their flights, their this, that and the other, and then you're coming home not even placing, and you're like, I could have had a week's holidays for what I spent there. And like 2.5 years of that was sickening, and like I had a lot of people kind of going like, oh, tone down what you're doing, it's too mad, like you need to be more commercial, or just stick at the kind of the magazine stuff. But a few people, a few kind of mentors who I kind of looked up to were like, no, like keep doing your thing, and in time the industry will kind of that they'll kind of get it, like. But someone said to me like a very good point that you know, if you're kind of, I suppose in any walk of life, if you're kind of alternative in what you're doing, Irish society is slow to accept it. But it's when the Brits or the Americans start lapping it up, the Irish can be a bit like, oh shit, this film must be actually good, we lap on the praise into you now, and it's a bit like, he didn't really give a shit there a while ago, like, you know. But you know, but in saying that, you know, some people in Irish hairdressing have been, as I said, you know, my back from day one, and great support even from the very start. So I always kind of remember that when people are, you know, especially from the get-go.
Yeah, but I loved it. Even you spoke very well on stage, and the way you were having shots on stage as well, and the presenter, I think, had 2 shots today. Like,
the shots
you don't ever see that in Ireland.
Like vodka as well. I thought they were going to be water, and I was just like,
you went straight for it. Like,
I was lucky. I had a few more earlier before it, but
with the tongue.
Yeah, but no, it was sure, like, even that lad who was doing the shots, dressed as Steve Austin, like Mikey, like he's massive in the States and massive barber around the world, like, so, and it was my first time kind of even meeting him, so even having him present you, and like even like the other girl who was presented has nearly 1 million followers and stuff, and you're just like, me from Ahiohil, just here, like, what's the crack, story, you know? Like,
And am I right in saying, that while you were over there, you bumped into Kim Kardashian's hairdresser? Was that?
Yeah, Philip Wolf. geez, what a nice guy, just unbelievable. Like, we were kind of joined at the hip for the week, sitting next to him for the awards and all, and I'd only met him, and he was like, oh, come up to the room, I'll introduce you to his girlfriend, Danny, lovely girl, and like, she was there then when I was talking to her after. She was like, all for weeks he's been talking about us meeting you, and if he's not showing me the phone, if it's not something you've done, it's McGregor. And I'm just there going like, this was one of the biggest in the world. Like, when I was hanging around with him before the awards, sure, people didn't have a notion who I was and didn't know what I looked like anyway. They might have heard the name or whatever, but like, he'd introduce me to people, and like, people be like up to him, and like, he just gives such time to everyone and be like, just genuinely so sound and nice. So they're gonna come. They're coming to our wedding now and all. So
go away.
Yeah. So
stay tight there.
Cool.
So
yeah. But my fiance like idolizes Kim K, and she was like, well, what did he say about her? I guess I didn't even mention her, because no doubt his head would be wrecked from people asking all the time. So Shar thinks Kim K is going to be going to the hen party now or something. So, I don't know how that will work out, but
you'll have to throw in no request. And I suppose obviously, like, being a barber yourself and stuff, like, your own hair and your own style, I'd imagine is very important. Like, the question that I have on my mind is who cuts your hair then?
I do it myself a lot, or like Conor, my new shop manager, fades and stuff, but I just do the top myself. I have a bad McDonald's hairline, like it goes like well back, like my dad's totally bald, he went bald early, and I always thought, you've a lot more than him anyway, so
a bit younger.
So I always thought, I remember like when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, if I have hair till like 30, I'll be grand, and you get to 30, then you're like, shit, I want to keep it a bit longer. So no, I'd be always tipping away at it myself, or like I'd get him to do it, but to be fair, like, all my staff, they're shit hot, like,
there's nothing they could do with his hair, is there?
No, a wig and pennies. You trust him, so like, if he was giving you a fade or anything, would you be mad at it, or would you be...
Definitely. No, I'd just sit down and let him belt away.
Brilliant.
And other than your hair, we can see you've plenty of tattoos. Was that something from a young age you always wanted as well, or?
I don't know, I suppose you start and get carried away. I suppose, like, once I started... First, I didn't even think I was going to get sleeves, and then I definitely didn't think I was going to get my hands and neck done. But then you get to a stage where you're just kind of, you're in this job anyway. Like, especially like, that lad Philip Wolf, like, head the whole lot over in America. Everyone, like, the top people are all so alternative. Like, they're all LA based, normal, and like, it's way more different, because like in Ireland, at the awards and stuff, there'd be rarely anyone have as much as me. There would in the UK, like, a lot of the barbers and stuff, or I'd be well tatted up, but I don't know, it wouldn't be the kind of the scene here, I guess. But like, my fiance's dad, her dad is a tattooist over in Wales as well, and she is a few herself, even though like she's like a social worker, like she manages a home for kids and all, so they can't be too visible, but like she still is a handy few, alright.
Yeah, and how many do you have in total, do you think, or?
Just one big one. I don't know, it's God, no, they've all...
You don't keep
you've lost count, like.
Yeah, a lot of them have joined up now at this stage, alright.
And do you have a favourite?
I have a few bits and pieces, like I got a new one on my neck that I really like, and I suppose that's my shop logo, so it kind of...
That's cool.
I love the hand ones, actually. Like,
it means a lot to me, and I don't know, different bits and pieces. I guess it kind of changes, really, but like, I like a lot of them are kind of sentimental, they mean stuff, and I would have drawn a lot of them myself, and... so I would have been kind of, I never just went in seeing a thing on a board and was like, I want to get that one, and I never got a drunken one either, even though, despite all the summers in Napa, I just...
Nothing on your arse from Napa.
No.
He took your question there, I'd say. You were going to ask the sentimental
one, So like, you've talked about the success you've had, and I think that's down to the approach you have in life. Like, you've talked about, you'd rather be Marmite than vanilla, like.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's probably one of the best approaches I've ever heard, because you'd rather be loved or hated than just to be kind of bland and just.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really
like I loved, you know, like I'd be putting kind of, I suppose, creative concepts for shoots together. I could be ages, all hours, getting bits and pieces, things from like music videos, and you might see something in a film and little bits and tweaking them and putting them all together. And then like I have a brilliant makeup artist who I work with, Nicole Lynch, and like we're pure on the same wavelength. Like she just kind of gets the concept, and like I've a stylist then from up in Northern Ireland, Lewis, and the three of us just really kind of get each other. And I started working with a photographer there, Kess, lately, who won me that Irish Barber of the Year and the that World Barber cut. And yeah, we got some good collaborations. Like I'm going to do my next collection in January or February, and it's really thinking outside the box. It'll be, people won't be kind of expected, because the last collection that I did, that I shot 2 models, I didn't tell anyone I was going shooting 2 models. It was my first time, and then when I just threw up the pictures, just kind of blew up. Like I've seemed to nearly got more kind of recognition for one shoot with 2 female models than, you know, a lot of my kind of men stuff. But I think a lot of time, like, hairdressers can respect the creativity and the kind of uniqueness a lot more. Like sometimes barbers, old school barbers, might be just kind of like, the fuck is that thing? Like what? Who's gonna want that? You know, I've seen it with comments online and stuff, and it's just like, this isn't a cut for walking down fucking Pana. This is like a magazine cover, you know, this is like something for a music video or something, you know, something kind of thinking outside the box, and a bit mad.
I suppose we saw that one of your inspirations, I think it was an Instagram post as we saw that Conor McGregor is a big inspiration of yours.
Yeah, massive. Just that whole thing about the obsession thing, it's true. Like my fiance could tell you, like I'm just totally work obsessed, but like I just can't switch off from it. Even when I'm on holidays, the head just doesn't stop. Or even if I'm on watching a film or something, and I just think of something, and I'll just, you know, write it down or just screenshot something. Or, you know, you're always kind of gathering bits together to make kind of mood boards and stuff. But yeah, like sure, McGregor, like the way coming from nothing and just positive visualizing and kind of like, because I would have thought all that kind of stuff was nonsense before, but then when you kind of start doing it, and like definitely a big you know upturning things. But as well, like I go a lot by a quote by Steve Martin, you know, the comedy actor, and he said like, be so good they can't ignore you. And it's true, because like as I found, you know, when you're starting off, if you're competing against someone from a big chain of salons that's giving a brand 200-300 grand a year in products, and you're here giving them nothing, who's going to get the break? But when like if the work is just that fucking good, it's like a knockout. Like you've no choice but to get the win. So that's kind of, that quote has really kind of inspired me as well, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think that mindset, like, because I've read, you've said that you've had more setbacks than successes.
Oh yeah,
like, do you think it's that mindset that kept you going, like, rather than just saying, you know what, this isn't me?
Just pure, like, I love just kind of doing it for the underdogs and doing kind of shit that people said you couldn't kind of do.
Proving
like,
everyone, like,
I worked, because like I didn't start competing until I was 30, and like, you know, I had it drilled into me for years that like oh, you're only a little barber from Cork, there's no point in wasting your money or the shop's money, you won't win this and you won't win that. And I entered my first 4 and I won 4 Irish titles in 6 months, and the shop I was in at the time, won't mention any names, but it never like contributed to it, never as much got as a picture up on Facebook or a well done. All the good just brushed under the carpet, and it just brought negativity from everyone in there as I was getting busier, and just leaving that negative mindset was the best thing I ever did. And just going then kind of out on your own, and just being able to kind of, I don't know, come and go. Being your own boss kind of suits me, and like, I don't know, like, the lads, I hope, will tell you that I'm a sound boss now. Whereas,
we'll have to go and check it out.
Yeah. But like my fiance, I'd be lost without her, because she's my kind of business partner, and she does all the booking and stuff. I literally can barely turn on a laptop. I'm so brute, honest to God. Like, I can do anything on an iPhone, but when it comes to, you know, like, say, a photographer sending you on a group of images, to get them onto the laptop and into a new email and stuff, I could be there for the night. I'd have the thing hopped off the wall. I just can't, you know, or booking stuff online. Like, she does all that for me, and like handles all the wages, all the business kind of side. So she's very logical, and I'm kind of not. I'd be the polar opposite then. But like, even in school, I was never academic. Like failed pass maths, didn't get the greatest points. Was made kind of feel like, oh, you're a bit of a fucking, like, a fuck up just because you're not filling out a CO and you're not going doing this and that.
Mentality again, and
beating, like, it's like almost if you don't go to college, you're not. You know, it's kind of, it's almost
like
a
lot of people then dropped out after a year or two and went doing trades anyway. So it was like, what was all that stress that you're like driving into kind of 17, 18-year-olds for? You know, like that. Sure, like, you don't know what you're gonna do at that age. You're only a kid. Like, sure, I was in fitted kitchens after leaving cert. Not that I had any fucking interest. It was just my dad, like, knew some fella and was like, "You're doing this. You're good at woodwork." And like, I used to repair Hurleys as well. So anything crafty I'd be kind of good at, but I hated that. I was miserable, like, just working with one or two people all day, and like, just soul destroying stuff. But I worked some weird jobs. I was in band and co-op for about 9 months then, on a conveyor belt, stones and fucking rotten onions, and you could have 50 million showers and you would get the smell off you. So it's a long way from there to Texas.
I think all those things,
Paris and things,
they definitely help in the journey, like, you know.
Yeah.
Appreciate them more.
Like McGregor being a plumber and whatever back in the day, you know, they make you appreciate it when you have it then, I think, you know, for sure.
Yeah, but I think, like, young people these days, I sound like an old man now, but like, you know, like, choke down. Like, whether it be in any walk, like, they get their first job and the first sign of a bit of stress or a bit of anything, I'm quitting. Nothing lined up, gone, back to mommy and daddy looking after you. Like, when I was 14, I was sent work in a building site every summer, getting £50 a week, and I thought I was loaded going to the underage discos. You're lifting, like, buckets of stuff up ladders for the day and just pure donkey work. But it's you know, and like, I worked my old man for a bit before the first summer I went to Napa as well, like wheelbarring tar macadam all day and just like pure donkey slog. Like, but you know, a shit day in the barbers is better than that day. Your shittest day in the barber shop is better than that kind of crack. So it definitely makes you appreciate it more. Definitely.
And I think, like, we've talked about the tough times you've had in your career, but you've had tough times as well in your personal life. Like you've touched on before about the seasonal depression. But I think it was so good for you to come out and speak about it, because there's probably others out there that have it and might know of it. Or
sure, like last year, for me it kicks in after the clocks change. You know, after Halloween there, when you finish work and it's pitch black, and you're like, oh, fuck's sake, you're just home and you're just fed up in the house, and you're like, you know, it's just like, get me home to the couch, turn on the telly. But like the summer evenings, you're like, what'll I do, or who'll I go see, kind of thing. But like, when the clocks changed this year, it was at the exact same time that there was the 16 suicides in Cork. Remember them, the young people? It was literally to the day.
Cork was in suicide hotspot for a while.
Sure, like, that has to be part of it, you know, like, but it's never really mentioned, but like, you know,
it's almost a subject people kind of shy away from.
Very taboo. But like, I felt in the kind of past, because like, you know, being from West Cork, and there was a few years where like herself was in the UK, so you wouldn't have the money to be kind of going out every weekend because you'd be saving up going over to her once a month or whatever. And like a lot of friends had moved back to West Cork, or they like, I don't know, a good shot of them had gone to Australia and stuff, so I was kind of left kind of just living on my own in a shitty little bedsit, and there wasn't much kind of buddies around, and the ones who I kind of tried to open up to about things to kind of just include me a bit more, I'm not feeling the best, kind of it nearly drove them away. If anything, it kind of like you're kind of wrecking our buzz or something, even though they wouldn't say it, but
you could just get it from like,
you wouldn't be kind of getting the, you know, like there would have been a time few years previous where there'd be different groups who getting onto you, the phone would be hopping, who will you pick to go out with, and then, you know, we're at a stage where you don't kind of have them options, and you're just kind of like, I don't know, but like, the winter would be the kind of, the shitty time for that, right? But like, I remember, I guess one of the kind of side effects would be kind of, like, kind of social anxiety from it, that I'd be confident, like, you'd feel like the king in work, whoever coming into you, but just walking into a pub kind of half sober, you'd be just kind of just a bit, I don't know, just anxious and kind of freaked, and everyone's kind of just paranoid kind of stuff. Like, I remember I had a buddy back, one of the lads from Oz, and he was coming out to Cork, and I hadn't been out, I don't know what it was, but whatever particular one winter, it was about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And like, I went out with your man, and I remember I was just like pure on edge for the night because I hadn't been out in ages, and I remember just halfway through the night I just had to go. I was just like a abort mission kind of thing. But no, talking to people definitely helps, and like, if people know the story, they know that, like, you know, because I've had times where I love work, and when I'm in work, I'm happy out, but just to talk, like, walk to work in the wet winter's morning. But I find a thing now, just try on your playlist, just put the head down, just go get into your thing. Or there would have been times where you're just kind of there with, I don't know, stress and stuff going on top of you, and just pull one of the lads out the back and just kind of tell them, and should they know the crack then? No one's... Like, if you're having a shitty day, they know it's not their fault or your fault. It's just one of those things. But I guess it's like a kind of dormant volcano. It never kind of goes fully. But to be on stage there now, and, you know, I could be doing a demo on stage for 45 minutes, and you're trying to talk and keep people's attention, is like, I literally couldn't have imagined that a few years ago, when the thought of going to the pub was freaking me out, you know. So but I just say to anyone, just fucking talk, just message, because like, I'm part of the Lions Barber Collective, and it's a group of barbers from Ireland and the UK, and it's fundraising for kind of mental health and suicide awareness and stuff. And the actual front cover is me and the buddy who's actually another barber, and he's a big tattoo dude, and he's kind of like whispering into my ear, and the concept of it is barber talk, that if people, they're like too kind of, I don't know, ashamed or whatever to speak to family or friends, talk to someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be your barber, it could be your tattooist, your physio. Just talk to someone that just kind of get it out there, and, you know, talking kind of halves your problem or whatever. So yeah, like, that was a kind of big success. And like Tom Chapman, he'd be the kind of main lad running that over in the UK, and he tours a lot around giving talks on mental health, and he's been on all the kind of British TV stations and stuff, kind of plugging it, and it's got a great response. And like the lookbook kind of fundraising for it has like raised a lot of money so far and stuff, so, you know, it's great to be kind of involved with that. So yeah,
brilliant. And like Ireland, even going back to Ireland as well, I think we're slow to talk and things like that, like, but we're coming along more and more, like, and I think even people talking about it now like that, like, you know, it only helps, like, so fair play to you.
It's really inspiring. Well done.
Nice one.
So I suppose for people, anyone watching, where can they find you on Instagram, Facebook? you want to shout out your handles?
Yeah, just Paul Mac Special everywhere really, and like the shop then is Paul Mac Special Hair, which is more of the kind of staff's haircuts and the kind of day-to-day stuff. Like a lot of my own kind of personal ones is the more funky kind of the mad shit that people are going to be getting, going into Havana's on a Saturday night kind of thing. So
check it out there, and I think coming up for you, you're going to Paris as well. I think that's one thing we forgot to mention, but you're going to Paris. You have another award at the end of the month, I think.
The World Best Barber Cut, which is kind of a mad title to be kind of getting when you kind of say it, out loud kind of thing. But so fucking there's the OMC is kind of running about 80 years or something, and I don't think it's on every year. I think it's on every second year or something. So like it's true. The Irish hairdressing team that I actually won, that like Maeve O'Healy-Hart, who is in charge of from the Hairdressing Council of Ireland, and she's kind of like my mum in the industry basically. Like she always reminds me of deadlines and get this in and this is coming up, and because I'm very like, as you seen earlier, and I half an hour late, I'm just no matter how much time, I'm always late, and I'm it's like being back in school when there'd be a deadline for a thing and I'd be there at 3 a.m. trying to fucking get the thing in that has to be in for 9 in the morning. The same with like whether it be magazine interviews or anything, I'm just kind of so last minute. So thanks to her, because she's always brilliant kind of that way, and she never kind of tried to change me, or because some people would be like, you can't be that outspoken, you can't be saying this or that on Facebook. And the way I think about it, like, I never once said I should have won this, or fucking, obviously if you don't win and you've put your heart and soul, you're disappointed. You're gonna go, I always wish whoever won best luck to you. Like if I thought someone should have won, I'd be the first to say it. If I don't, I'll still wish them well and just keep it to myself kind of thing, But no, she always kind of never kind of put the foot down and was like, dude, she let me be myself. And but as well, like a lot of, I wouldn't have, I suppose, the following and kind of, I don't know, be winning. Like the 3 world awards I won are all from American based place, like New York, and like that's where the one at the weekend is coming from. And I don't know, the Americans kind of embrace wearing your heart on your sleeve. And
they love it,
so that kind of suits me better,
Brilliant,
And I suppose it's a question we ask every guest. It's kind of tying in with our own brand. So we ask, like, what's frankly nuts about you? So kind of what's a bit open, honest, nutty about Paul Mac?
I flagged myself earlier. I would have said the repairing Hurleys, so I suppose I'll use that again, because people always, I suppose, the tattoos and stuff, they, there's not many GA players. I suppose Paul Galvin and a few, but like they don't kind of necessarily, straight have purple hair and stuff. Half them, they're kind of like, you use a pair of Hurleys, and I'm like, fuck you, shit harder. But like, no, I think it's kind of similar enough, because like someone's coming, like some fellas, like their hair is their pride and joy. A good hurler as Hurley is, like he's gone out playing championship and he needs this to be right, and just kind of customizing them and getting them. No, I used to enjoy it, but like it was a hard thing to make money at, because you'd be putting so much effort into a thing, and surely can charge a few euro then. But no, I used to enjoy it, and it was cool, when you be a young lad, and like all the kind of, this was Carberry senior kind of players and stuff would be coming, visit the house and stuff, and I'd be still in contact with some of them, and now they'd come in for a haircut, and the likes of, it's cool now that, a lot of the Cork senior lads come in for haircuts, like the likes of Don Logue and the Cadigans and a few more, and like Anthony Nash is a client of like Ivan and one of my other staff. So, Tomas O'Shea was only in yesterday and stuff, like a few of the city lads and stuff would be in. So it's great to
link it all together.
Link it all together, yeah.
Very good. So I suppose that's it, Paul. Thanks for coming on.
No
And
bother.
best
Thanks
of luck
so
in
much
Paris
for
now at the end of the month.
having
Thanks
me.
very much, Paul. And like with every guest,
Sunday. Sunday I'm going.
This Sunday,
yeah.
Jesus.
So you've
Close
won
like
many
that.
awards with the hairdressing.
Yeah.
But like with every guest, we like to give him a bit of
Oh
Christmas.
no way!
Yeah.
I didn't even realise
Put it up
this.
on the mantelpiece
I
with
will.
the rest of the...
Savage.
We've no
Nice
shots now for, for this one. Anyway,
Oh,
Paul,
savage. Nice
thanks
one.
for coming on.
No
And
bother.
guys, make sure if you liked it, like, share and subscribe. And we'll catch you next week. Cheers.
See you then, guys.